Okay. What's going on? I can't hear you talking, man. I'm sick. You might want to keep your distance. Hmm. Hey, man.
Hi.
I'm sick. You might not want to breathe my air.
Oh no. Oh fuck. That's not good.
You got any meds?
I don't actually. I got some.
What?
Like charcoal or some shit is all that I got.
Oh yeah, no worries, man.
Yeah.
There's a water source up on the hill that way if you didn't notice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Trying to avoid getting into any sloppy melee fights right now. At least not until we get a better weapon. Ooh, these could spawn goodies. National Guard boxes. This map seems to have some kind of crash sites as well that we can't seem to hunt down out in the woods. Maybe they're police car crashes. That must have been Edgerton. Have a nice days. Yes, Green County is open to everybody, but it's a limited time playtest. So to my knowledge, there's at least 2 servers that are up. Maybe even Zero is hosting a 3rd server. But since it's labeled as a playtest, I assume that means they're going to take it down at some point, make some changes, and then release the, the full experience in the future, or maybe do another playtest in the future. We'll see. Oh, cold duck. Try to chill out, man. That sucks. Yeah, I've never really had like a panic attack, but I think during this whole move process, when I was at like the height of my stress, I kind of felt like a little tiny one coming on, and I was like, man, maybe that's what a panic attack is, you know? But then, luckily it passed. Just gotta stay in a good mental space. Let's get more slots. Oh, actually, you know what it was? There was another time where I had a little mini panic attack. What the hell was it? I was at the apartment moving stuff out right before I got into the house. And there was this like electronic device, I can't remember what it was, but I had to take it apart to like change the batteries. I can't remember what it was now, but it shot out this like blue ink onto my skin. And I couldn't get the fucking this ink off my skin, and I was thinking like, holy shit, this is gonna seep into my pores and it's gonna like poison me or something. Because it was, I can't remember what it was, but it was something I should not have been fiddling with. It was like the internals of a battery compartment, you know? And I just still don't know what the fuck that blue shit was. But luckily it eventually washed off. Alright, well shit, we got a shotty with 1 shell. It almost seemed like a theft thing, like when somebody tries to steal some shit, it like sprays a little bit of blue ink on their hands. So when the police find them, they know like, oh, this is the guy. That's exactly what it seemed like. Bullets. No, it wasn't an ATM. No, but I actually got to witness some actual detectives that were taking fingerprints at an ATM because somebody tried to break into it. It was a while ago now, but I rolled up to the bank and there was like this whole detective team rubbing down the thing for fingerprints. I asked the lady about it and she said yes. Sure enough, some people from like far away came and tried to tamper with it. They got caught. Tried to steal some money. Ooh, better knife. Radiatos. Yeah, Gorf, I think it was actually like a, not like a cartel type thing, but seriously, it was like cartel type people had traveled here from kind of far away just to go around hitting ATMs and shit. It's kind of scary. When I say cartel, maybe I just mean like some organized gang type shit. Haven't heard about Tainted Grail, no. There's a lot of new games coming out though. We eventually got to get to some good single player games after Oblivion. Oh, this guy up there. I'm like a highwayman right now. Hey. Wait a minute.
Hello.
What do you got in that sack?
Hi.
Well, there's two of you talking.
Some lime.
Who's that guy in the background talking?
That's just the voices in my head.
I'd like to speak with just you, not him.
Me too.
Is that your roommate?
Maybe.
Wait a minute, what's in the sack, dude? I need some food. Please.
It's lime.
Let me see it.
There's some chips.
Ooh. Just let me see your lime then. Garden lime? What are you making, a garden?
Yeah.
Watch out, watch out.
For Pumpkin Man.
You got any ammunition? By chance?
Just 22.
Are you sure it's just, you don't have any shotgun shells?
Just 22.
Alright, I'm gonna believe you. Just tell your roommate to quiet down back there. Good luck with him.
Okay.
Good luck. I wouldn't want to live with that guy either. Man, I'm just happy we got beans. This is night and day difference from last time we started. We had no food, now we got plenty of food. Oh, you never seen a sneak attack on the zombie? How'd you do that? Oh, Techno, you must be out of the loop for a while. It's been in the game for a while. All you have to do is sneak up, pretend that tree, pretend that tree's a zombie. So zombies tend to do this thing where they walk like this for a little while, unless they're a runner. And then they'll stand still. And then they'll walk for a little while. And they'll stand still again. So if you just get that pattern down, you can sneak up on them right at the perfect moment. You know, don't do the fast speed, just do the normal slow speed during broad daylight, and then right as they stop, or while they're stationary, just raise your weapon and do the little baby attack, and it'll do the stealth kill. But the mistake a lot of people make is they'll like run up real fast, they'll stand up, they'll do like 3 of these, and then they'll attack. Or even worse, they'll do like a power attack. You know, so you just want to hold down right click, and that'll automatically stand you up. So you just want to make as little noise as possible and as few steps as possible as you get close to them. But yeah, if it's, you know, if it's raining, snowing, or if it's nighttime, you're gonna have an easier time stealth killing. But if it's broad daylight, they tend to hear you or see you. Ooh, nice. Murray's mowers. No, I'm done yapping about the mowers. Drill was right though, my body is sore, man. I got like weird body aches all over from pushing that fucking push mower around. I felt great right after, but man, the soreness is starting to kick in. I had to pull on that chain so many times to get that thing started. I know it'll pass. I feel good. I'm happy with it, man. It's gonna like strengthen up my hands, strengthen my body up, doing all the lawn work and shit. I'm happy about it. You know, it's all good. Working on the farmer's stand. The day I mowed, it just wasn't really that sunny out, but I'm definitely looking forward to catching a tan while I'm pushing the mower around. Buy a grill yet? No, Nick. That's the next topic of conversation I do need to tackle is I gotta buy the grill. The plan was initially to get the grill and invite everybody over for Mother's Day, but that didn't work out, so I got a little bit more time to get a grill and try to invite people over for something else now. Yeah, drill, and I paid someone to mow it a couple of times. I would just feel like an asshole if I paid someone to mow my lawn for the rest of my life. I can do it myself. But there's going to be a few more jobs around the house that I got to pay contractors to do for sure. I got to get something changed with my gutters and a few other outdoor projects. Yeah, I'm probably just going to go back to Home Depot and buy that Weber grill, the one with the flat attachments. I know, I still find myself trying to like make sure my volume is in check, my voice volume, and if I'm making noise in the middle of the night, but then I'm like, oh yeah, I live in a house now, I don't have to worry about my neighbors. It does feel a little bit liberating, finally. Charcoal, I don't know, some people keep saying, oh, if you go with charcoal, it's going to create these amazing flavors that you can't get with gas. Other people say, no, just get a propane grill for your first beginner grill. So, I don't know. Is charcoal a pain in the ass, or should I just go with propane? Maybe you can get one where you can use either attachment, depending on the day. Even Hank Hill preferred charcoal? Oh god. Fuck Hank Hill, dude. I didn't really watch much King of the Hill. Maybe I should've. See, I was much more into The Simpsons. That's my older brother. I didn't really care for King of the Hill. You love the charcoal taste? Yeah, maybe I need to go to a grill out and taste a charcoal burger before I buy one. Takes a lot longer to set up and to cook. Yeah, I gotta watch some videos on it. What do you gotta do? Light the charcoal and let it sit there for a while? Well, I know a story about somebody that was kind of local that fucked up their propane tank and it like exploded and blew up something that was behind it. And blew up the side of a building or something. I'm sure that can still happen with any grill, but maybe that's enough to scare me away from propane. Propane smart old men, charcoal young folks trying to be chefs. Really, I figured it would be the old guys that love the charcoal. And the young kids that just want the quick, easy route with the gas. Is that not right? I feel like the older you get, the more you appreciate the longer process and the better taste and stuff. Or yeah, maybe the older you get, the less work you want to do. That's also true. I don't know, I think the previous people that lived here, I walked out back when I was touring the house, and I think they had like 3 grills, so maybe they had 1 charcoal and 1 gas out there. Maybe that's the play. Maybe people find they like doing burgers one way, but like doing roasted chicken in the other one or something. This guy's got a gun up. Where's this guy? Jeez. That's close. He's got 2 rifles, but I got a friend. Survey jam, nice. Bolts up here too. Somebody else is here. Oh, it's not true, Z-Witch. Peeker always has an advantage. He definitely had a chance there. I just had really really good crosshair placement, and I swung on him. But honestly, I think DayZ's at a pretty good point right here where the guy holding the angle with a gun like this could easily be the one to down the guy that's peeking around the corner. You know, it's not as bad as like Tarkov used to be. Like, sometimes I feel great about holding an angle, other times you definitely want to be the one swinging, opening the angle up. You trade a best? No, all it took there is if somebody cleared the corner, and if I had my crosshair low clearing the bottom room, instead of clearing the upstairs, he would have had me, 100%. But since I had my gun in the right spot, yeah, you're right, he didn't really have much of a chance. Yeah, I mean, in that situation, he knew exactly where I was popping in, whereas I didn't actually know if he was upstairs or downstairs. So it had a little bit of wiggle room there. I gotta beat this sickness. I need to find meds. What we got here? Cheez-Its? What are you guys eating for your Friday night dinner? I just had a chicken Caesar salad with some steak added to it. What are you guys having? Chick-fil-A. I don't even have a Chick-fil-A near me. I gotta drive a little bit to eat that. Chicken and steak. Nice. You're making fun of me because I had chicken and steak on my salad. Look, it was a chicken Caesar salad, but you had the option to add steak to it, so I figured, oh, fuck it, I'm pretty hungry, let's add some steak. Last time I had a steak, though, I was a little bit disappointed. They did this, like, porterhouse crusted steak, and I was like, oh, that sounds good, I'm starving. And this porterhouse was, like, nothing but those chewy, grizzly bits that you have to cut through and you don't want to chew through. So by the time you're done eating it, I'd only consumed, like, half of the steak. So I don't think porterhouse is going to be my cut going forward. Yeah, I don't know. I keep hearing stories about Chick-fil-A, like, they do a really good job sourcing their chicken, but they use, like, a couple of, like, really shitty ingredients or something. I don't know. I've only ever had it, like, twice. And I was so desperately starving while I was traveling that, of course, I thought it was good, but... I think the first time I ever had Chick-fil-A was when I got off my first plane ride, and I was like, oh yeah, just give me that fucking chicken sandwich I keep hearing about. It didn't live up to the hype, but I still obviously slammed it. Good with Indian food? Oh, I love Indian food. I mean, I don't know if I really... I always say butter chicken is amazing, but that's more like Americanized. Or maybe like British Indian food, you know what I mean? But yeah, I love Indian food. This one place does the chicken tikka, where the chicken is basically like red. And it's got that, it's dry, but it's got like the perfect amount of juiciness to it, you know, that's so good. It's just some of the Indian food has so much dairy in the sauce that it can kind of mess me up after. When we play Namalsk, I don't know, whenever we don't have 6 new modern maps to play instead. Namalsk is good, dudes, but to an avid DayZ player, it's a fairly small experience after all these years. And I'm trying to say that in a good way. Like, Namalsk is incredible, but I've already done it. I just need a break from it. And I feel bad because some people, they probably missed, or they weren't around for the days where I played Namalsk like day in and day out for years. But that did happen. You can't forget. We got a lot of YouTube videos of Namalsk. Yeah, I'm glad that people still play Namalsk. I'm glad that there's a few maps and servers I can always go back to if we need something. But right now we just have so many new options that I don't feel like we should be playing the same old stuff. It might almost feel a little bit disrespectful, I think, to the new map creators when I could be showcasing their projects instead of just being like, oh no, just back on the Namalsk today. But I am getting a little bit picky and judgmental about some of the spawn flows on these maps, so it'll be only a matter of time until we go back to something like Chernarus. No bag today? I thought all the bags we've seen so far were ruined, but I probably could have got that one off the zombie. Yeah, I find it. I just think it's kind of odd that Bitterroot is doing this re-released official server in the midst of all this other map hype. You know, like if I was them, I'd probably want to like let these maps shine for at least a week or two and then re-release my project. Like I'm not trying to talk shit on Bitterroot. I love it. It's fun. I don't know if I love it, but it's a fun map. But I don't know why it feels like mappers are trying to like out-map each other. I don't know if that's what's going on here, but it just seems like we're getting... Oh! Oh, fuck. What? So what are you doing? Oh my god, that's my last bullet. These stupid fucking zombies, dude. Shit. Fuck rudder bullets. Oh my god, you lose blood so insanely fast. No, all I was trying to say is I don't know why you would release the Bitterroot official map in the middle of all these other maps being like in the middle of their hype, you know? I would personally wait like a week or two after the hype has died down for this new shit, but whatever. Maybe I'm looking too deep into all this. But Bitterroot's the same, you know, map that did like 18 different playtests. They kind of overstayed their welcome with the playtests. So, I don't know. I've been there. Don't know if I want to play it tonight, but we'll see. Yeah, I think it was a buckshot that hit us in the back. Would trade food for bullets. Yeah, like at this point, we might as well just re-release Livonia. I'll just jump into Day 1 Livonia, put a big sticker on my title, and be like, you know, official Livonia, it's out now. And it's just, you know, we'll just generate that hype, get everybody back in. I guess that's how you do it now. Sorry, I'm trying not to be negative. It's so nice that we have so many modded maps, but I don't always appreciate the way people move with their projects. Gamers ask for it by being wallets. What are you talking about? Nobody's making money off these modded maps. The players aren't giving anyone any money to play on free modded maps. And that's probably why some of them make the moves they make, because they're not making any money, and they're doing it for, you know, just hype, just people playing in their servers, playing in their maps. That's cool, but nobody's making money off of this. I think you're probably confused with like official maps, you know, Sakal did have a price tag, and the devs are working on a new official map, which is surely going to have another price tag. And it's really, you know, kind of interesting to wonder how much is that going to be. And we don't know exactly when it's coming out either. No, Danny, the Asper developers, creators kind of abandoned it. You know, they didn't like totally finish it. It's good enough to play, but it, you know, it's kind of left a little bit to be desired. Switch, probably not. It's a little bit too far out for me, but I'll definitely think about it. Red, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Slurricane. We got Nameless, Matt, it's at Knuckle, Miss Nasty, Floridank, and Jared. Thanks for 1,000 bits, man. Damn, dude, no, thanks for 77 months. That's such a long time. We had Grim, Dire, Milk, or is it Mild? We got Empty and Lunch. Thanks all you guys for resubbing. Yeah, Deer Isle is definitely a map I feel like I haven't played enough of. We used to suffer from hearing nothing but, oh yeah, good luck enjoying Deer Isle, you're just gonna run around doing some Indiana Jones mission and not seeing any other players, but I've heard it's changed quite a lot since then. So it should have a better flow now. The Dino map, there's been a few of them. The recent Dino map is called Project Fossil, which it seems like the population isn't really climbing up to full lately, but it's still maybe like 17 out of 30 during prime time. Maybe over the weekend it'll fill up. Wait, I'm going back to Edgerton? I thought I left Edgerton. Oh, come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? Nice shot, dude. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Honestly, he should probably just kill us. Our blood is so low. Look. Come on, catch your breath, catch your breath. These guys are some shooters, some absolute killers. Well, they got zombies on them at least. Ooh. That cow would be enough food forever, but we don't have any bullets to get it. Oh, I guess we're going out in the woods. Maybe F11. Oh fuck, they're still coming. Shit, problem is I don't really know where I'm going on this map. I gotta figure out where that decent sized city is again. Yeah, Danny, I let the sounds happen. I mean, it's not that cheesy to put a rag in your mouth to prevent noise, but it's one of those things. You're trying to prevent the mechanics of DayZ from happening. I like to let them happen. Ooh, that's a prison. It's kind of like sitting in a corner and holding your gun raised all day so you don't shiver on the molsk. It makes me want to, like, rip my hair out. Mechanics like that. Or ways to prevent mechanics, you know, like dropping your gun on the ground and picking it up to prevent the weapon swap sound because you got caught with your pants down. Fuck all that. Play the game, you know? Well, they'll probably get distracted by that prison. Let's go down to the city instead. That makes me think though, I keep seeing even though I've already seen The Quiet Place, both 1 and 2. It makes me wonder, or imagine like a DayZ map with The Quiet Place. At least The Quiet Place monsters. And you can't run, or else they'll hear you, so you have to jog through the woods. And then maybe, like, yeah, you have to care about your footwear, maybe you have to put a gag in your mouth if you're sick. And there's like creatures that respond to sound, kind of like the lickers in Resident Evil 2. You know, I feel like we're at the point of DayZ Modern where it wouldn't be that big of a shocker to see like a server with monsters instead of zombies being the focus or something. Because like DayZ is getting kind of zoomy in vanilla, or like normal settings. A lot of people are just holding W, sprinting around, shooting on sight. But if you threw in like a monster that responded to sound, maybe it would really make people think about what they're doing, at least in certain areas, you know. Yeah, Rent. Yeah, just don't even listen to us talk about it. If you haven't seen The Quiet Place 1 or 2, you gotta go watch it. It's definitely good. Alien map would be cool. Yeah, I think Banov is kind of like alien map. I think they have like UFO encounters and shit. So I would like to try that. What's your health? Health is good, but blood is low. We lost so much blood somehow back there. I guess he shotgunned me in the back, and then I ran around with zombies hitting me. KFC. Ohio fried chicken. Maybe we need something to drink. Uh-oh. Should be a water source right here. Need to adjust the color settings. Yeah, it's called getting a blood bag or a saline bag around here somewhere. We gotta start checking med spots for it. Maybe this ambulance. Painkillers. Oh shit. He heard that, then footsteps are just way too loud. Oh, he's creeping up. Really, there's gonna be a couple of bullets up here. Up. I know it's got the bullet symbol, but it's got an empty bullet in the chamber. An empty shell casing, rather. Gag yourself, it's way too sweaty for me. We don't need to gag ourselves. We need to properly sneak up on a man and do it old school. The way the DayZ gods intended. Not try to cut every corner possible to get the upper hand. Whoa, 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 I'm just a freshie, bro. Hey, why do you gotta shoot? Why do you gotta shoot? There's two guys coming. You should shoot them instead. Don't come in here. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. There's two guys chasing me from the city. I actually didn't think it was going to be in that house just sitting there. That axe could be good for us. Come on, give us some bullets here. There we go, there we go, there we go, finally. I don't think it's insane luck. I think these modded maps just have a weird loot distribution where, as you can see, a lot of these guys are already armed with guns and ammo, so we might as well be part of the bunch here. More shotty shells. This is a zombie. No, 9. So the footsteps you hear, it's often a runner zombie. They run for a bit, then they stop, then they jog a little bit, and then stop. That's what we're hearing outside right now. Okay, that's cool. I mean, Moomin, you can try to imitate the sound of a zombie with your own footsteps, but you're probably just gonna get yourself killed. Because players are probably gonna, you know, they're gonna check. There's something about it. Like, experienced players can almost always tell if it's a player or a zombie. If you play this game all the time, you can just tell. But once in a while, the runner zombies will make you wonder, wait a second, you know? Tiny, today's the first day in a long time I didn't eat breakfast. I went straight to the dinner food, having like a big chicken steak salad because, so I ate a ton of food last night. I was like overloading on chicken and rice. And, I ate oh fuck, there's somebody here. Oh fuck, they got a garden patch here.
And if you die, it pisses you off a lot because you have to come here again, shoot you again.
That is oh shit. Okay, do I have a beard again?
Don't shoot, don't shoot. The actual shooters are behind me. The shooters are behind me. This guy's coming to kill the pumpkin patch. Watch out, watch out, watch out. No, there's two guys. I'm Max, There's two guys outside.
Yo, Gorka, two guys outside, one is inside. You're a fucking beast, you just saved my life.
Ah!
There's one more. There's one more out there.
I need to heal, okay? I don't have bullets for the SKS.
It's running. See. He's running behind the big green. He left.
Okay.
Left side.
Listen.
Big green.
Careful,
He's coming
careful.
up. He's coming. He's coming.
Oh my god, this guy's a cannibal. I hear the fucking cannibal giggles in the background. Nobody expects cannibals at the pumpkin patch. We did all this decoration. They're starting to look like growths, like moldy growths coming out of the car. I don't hear the cannibal anymore, that's not good. Yo, he's in that orange brick house, man. He's in the orange brick house. Left of the pumpkins.
He just left. He ran out the building. This one big one. He left. No clue which direction.
Fuck, I might have to kill all these guys.
Is that guy?
I think so. Gorka, you killed him? You killed him? Gorka?
Hey, Teddy! Is that you, Teddy?
Yeah, it's me, Teddy. We have problems. Where are you?
Yo, Teddy!
Yeah, it's me.
David!
Yo, it's me. Who are you?
Fuck's sake.
Yo, Quack! Yo, it's Southside, guys!
Oh my god.
I got Twister with me! We got a good gang here. They're holding down the farm. You guys got trouble at the farm?
Yeah, we have. Where the fuck are you?
I'm outside the house. I'm outside the farmhouse.
I'm behind it.
Get inside, get inside. Get inside.
All right.
There, that's
All right.
us,
Hey,
that's
it's us. Yeah, it's me and Twisted. It's me and Twisted.
Listen, I think I killed him. I think I killed him, but I...
You did?
All right.
What?
Howdy, fellas. What can I do? What can I do to help?
Oh shit!
Shut the fuck up, Southside. I want to hear your shit right now. Oh my god, we can get the fuck out of here. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help myself. I got one bullet. Stone knife is a tool, okay. Stone knife is there for you when everything else fails. Look, I was totally wanting to team up with those two European sounding fellows. They sounded pretty badass and rugged, but then this fucking Southside guy showed up and ruined it all. Southside got his whole crew wasted. The Southside, I got no idea, some dude. I need to find meds. Plate on the guy, you mean the plate on me? He's got a pistol in his hand, doesn't he? It's definitely a pistol. Bunch of shit that we can drop. I need to free up some space. This is that guy that was carrying around the items. Carrying around the backpack. Ooh, that's huge. I can repair the body armor at least. Yeah, most of their bags are gonna be ruined if they're dead. No bullets. Nobody has ammo. Weapon repair kits though. 22 pistol. A 22 could be nice. Four bullets in this thing. He's got a lot of goodies. Man, I want that SKS, but I don't have any bullets for it. I want the hunting scope as well. Do you have Tetra? It's all ruined. Those are amphetamines. These guys are on drugs. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna take the Glock. Amphetamines. Ooh, he's got pills. There we go. You got some bullets? No bullets? There's so many bodies. We should just get out of here. So we just bounce. Yeah, almost anytime you see a so-called bigger bag on a dead body that's been shot to shit, it's probably ruined. Yeah, we don't need the 9mm. We got shotgun and rifle for players. We got a 22 for zombies. 9mm doesn't really fit into the equation anymore. I think they were. I think that the two guys that chased me were part of that squad that got killed. They were the ones that showed up to fight the farmers. Yeah, we really need to find some 7.62 by 3.9. Let's get the hell out of here and set to get all the way up to the hills.
Gorka, you inside? Hey, Gorka.
And this is why we're leaving, because they're just gonna keep coming back.
Oh my God, you changed so fast. You're lagging a little bit. I didn't hear you. I got here. I got a BK. I put a BK down. This one's got a shot in it. I put another one down.
Doesn't have a shot in it.
I'm gonna see what ammo.
It's got an empty shell in it. Here, I'm gonna let these guys assemble their little squad so we can hunt them down later out in the woods. We gotta get the fuck out of here. I feel like after we kill them once and then we hear their voice in the same spot again, it just doesn't feel as good. So let's go. Or it's not as lucrative for me because it might just be 4 more guys show up while I'm trying to kill that guy. Yeah, EDU. So I don't know how the spawn zone works here. Somebody told me you kind of spawn in the middle of the map and then you can choose to go any direction you want. But every time I die, I seem to either spawn around one town or that industrial complex we started at today. So I just haven't died enough to really, or haven't played the map enough to know a feel for the flow of it. We gotta get out of here. Oh, dude, in the rain. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs during the run. We had Jassa, Slayin Muties, and Yeehaw as well. Thanks for the big support. And dude, Slayin, thanks for that tier 3 resub for so many years. Says congrats on being a homeowner, brother. Oh man, thank you so much for that tier 3 sub, man. That's huge support for me. And we got Amazon, Zabin, is it Toad, Turd Bergeson. We got Major, Bootleg, Thackless. Thanks for all the big resubs as well. Hope you're off to a decent weekend. Yeah, sorry for the lack of color. We got shot in the back by a shotgun in the spawn zone. What does that mean, Stan, this holiday? What holiday are you talking about? Memorial Day? I want to get a grill so I can invite some people over so we can kind of celebrate getting this whole home buying process over with finally. Invite some family over to grill out, but I just haven't picked out the grill yet. I mean, if there's such a big debate between charcoal and propane, how much do these things cost? Maybe I could get one of each eventually. Start with the easiest one and then get the nice expensive one sometime down the line a couple years later. Yeah, and so the farmers market for me usually is Saturday and Sunday on the weekends. And they just started opening the last few weekends. So you just reminded me that I technically should be waking up early tomorrow morning and going, but I can probably afford to go a little bit later in the afternoon. You know, if you go too late, some of the stuff might sold out. But if you go this early in the season, not all the vendors are there anyway, so it's kind of a roll of the dice. No, chat's not going to make me get off early. We'll be able to get a good session in here. Only $200 for a decent one. Yeah, I can see myself maybe getting one of those Webbers that have the different attachments in it just to cover all the bases. Taste the meat, not the heat. Is that for the charcoal? You have a char griller, one half is propane, the other half is charcoal. Yeah, interesting. So we're playing a map called Greene County. It's loosely based off of Ohio. Or it's a fictional terrain of Ohio, they call it. Ooh, one thing we didn't do back there was drink. There was water and so many pumpkins I could have had. I wonder if popping these amphetamines will help my sickness. Ooh, not sure which way to go here. You got Louisville and Leaftown. I want to say Leaftown's one of those bigger cities, even though it's labeled as a town. Yeah, I think the whole meet your neighbors culture has changed ever since COVID hit. So I was talking to some people about it, and I was initially thinking I was going to move into this place and then bring like some cookies over to the neighbors or something, some baked goods, and say hi to them, but I just don't really think people expect that anymore like they used to. So I haven't really done that. I've met a couple of them, but we're not like breathing down each other's throats, so or down each other's backs, so we don't really have to come into contact too often, you know. How'd you get so lucky to get the name Smoke on Twitch? Andy, so when I first got on Twitch, obviously Smoke was taken, and it was taken all over the internet when I first got into PC gaming. So when I couldn't get Smoke, I went with 5moke, 5 instead of the S, obviously. So I was 5moke TV on Twitch for a long time, and then in the early days of Twitch, it kind of still happens now, but you get assigned a Twitch rep that'll like help you manage stuff going on Twitch, you know, help you out if you have any problems and stuff. And I I don't know how it came up, but I just asked him one day if the name Smoke was taken, because I saw a lot of other people were like changing their Twitch name and stuff. And I kind of want to remove that conversation piece of if you're telling your friend about the stream, you don't have to say, oh, make sure you put the TB at the end and make sure you change the S out for a 5. It's just kind of a lame thing when, like, you know, somebody hears about the stream and then they're trying to type it in by memory, you know? And so yeah, they said that the original Smoke account had not logged into Twitch for multiple years, so they let me take the account over. Honestly, I think it's just wise to give gifts to your neighbors when you move in. Neighbors don't like you, cause too much fucking trouble. Neighbors that don't like you can... I mean, I've been nothing but good to them so far. Yeah, I don't know. I think it depends. I don't really think you need to go give your neighbor a gift. I think you just have to be a good neighbor yourself and they're not gonna fuck with you. So far it's been insanely peaceful and quiet. I don't have any issues. Nighttime here is so chill. Like, you just walk outside, it's just dead silent all night long. You gifted nothing to your neighbors. Yeah, and I mean, and now it's like you're gonna gift them some shit, and then you're gonna find out they can't eat gluten, or, you know, maybe they don't even want the food you gave them, so... Oh, Tika, I have no idea, and I'm not going to sell it, but I had some freaks messaging me on Discord saying they'd give me like $30,000 for the Discord name Smoke. I'm not gonna do it though, obviously. The guy was such a tool in his description. He's like, yeah, I just want to look a little bit more professional on the platform. I was really hoping you'd consider this. I totally understand if you don't. Probably most likely a scammer, yeah, but he made it seem like, you know, he's trying to make himself look sweet. Ooh, glow plug. Alright, we gotta find a water source. Oh, there it is right there. Yeah, but the funny thing is, a lot of these people that do buy old accounts for whatever it is, a lot of people that just buy shit to look professional, you can immediately tell by the way they conduct themselves that they're not professional. It's like when, I hate to be this guy, I didn't bring it up, but like back in the day, there was this weird thing. Back in the day, there was this transitional period where it was still insanely hard to get partnered on Twitch, okay, like really hard. You had to be committed. And then eventually they made it so it was a lot easier to get partnered on Twitch. You had all these stepping stones and goals laid out for you. You knew exactly what the requirements were. You had like a system in place for you to get kind of supported along the way. So like it's a little bit easier. You still got to put in the work. But anyways, while that was still in like the hard phase, there was things that would happen. Like you'd be on a professional Counter-Strike team and you'd be like the assistant coach or something, and then you would just get a free partnership on Twitch. So then what people would do is if they were like the benched player, the assistant coach, now removed, or the manager of the team that got a free Twitch partnership, you'd see them going into Twitch channels being like, yo, what's up? I'm fucking, I'm an ex-professional, by the way. Check out my badge, you know? and like, but you can just tell by the way they talk and act that they didn't fucking earn that check mark. You know what I mean? What was this laggy? Oh, we gotta pop another pill. No, it's not easy. In Tactile, I don't want you to take it like that. I never said getting partner on Twitch is easy. It's more laid out. Like there's like a guideline that shows you your goals. Like, okay, you need to hit these numbers, you need to do this, you need to do that, and like it's much more understandable. It's not like a pipeline or pipe dream anymore, you know what I mean? It's more defined. It's not more of like a mystery, like you only assume 100 people are ever going to achieve it type of thing. Like it used to feel that way. There used to be people where, you know, they'd have 500 viewers, but they still weren't making enough money to consider doing it full time because they didn't have like a system in place, you know? Yeah, the affiliate program is what changed it for sure. You could go from affiliate to partner with a much more doable process, I guess. Yo, what's going on, Jive? By the way, we got Nolan. Is it Mish? We got Muffy. Somehow you managed to get away with multiple shooters and still have a full sack of loot. Yeah, luckily we got out of there. But at the cost of having black and white for a long time. We got Maul, Seraphin. Thanks for coming in before bed, man. We got Jinx. Thanks for 90 months. That's massive. We got Cold Beer Slayer. Red. Thanks for that new prom sub. We got Weekusty, Laziest, and Yakety. And Thackless, Bootleg. Thanks all you guys for coming in today. Twitch coach coming soon. No, the quickest way for me to cringe the fuck out and close my phone is when I start reading that there's like streaming coaches out there. And then you look at who that person is and what their history is, and you're like, why are you trying to be a streamer coach, you know? I actually got really annoyed once. I probably told this story, but I got a really good friend from high school. And I probably shouldn't even tell this story because I'm still friends with him. I like him a lot. But his sister went the path of being a therapist. And I still think, you know, she's cool. But she was like so new into it that I was just at like a little friendly get-together. And we were just kind of talking about some normal stresses in our life. Just some normal shit. Nothing you need to go to fucking therapy for. Just like, oh man, I got to deal with some shit this weekend, you know? And she immediately looked at me like, oh, do you need some therapy? Do you need therapy for that? Or you want to come over to my house? It's like, no, I don't need your fucking therapy. Like, shut up. Like, oh my god. And you can just tell that she's that type of person that's like, she's the one that needs fucking therapy, you know? It's like, goddamn. Alright, let's actually get that one out. Yeah, I probably need that water bottle actually. Ooh, EpiPen, I don't have any space. And somebody's got a bigger bag for us. This map is called Green County. It's a new playtest that just came out like a week ago. Okay, we need to find some 7.62 ammo for the SKS and for the snipe. Oh man, what are you doing, dude? We got TV. Is it Tico? Thanks for 10 gifted sub, oh man, that's huge. And we got Master as well. Thanks for coming out with that raid. Hope you guys are still enjoying the stream. Ew. Rotten rabbit leg. I should probably get a protector case for that spark plug. I'm not sure if this map has a bunker, but it probably does. We gotta hide our amphetamines. Fishing supplies. Let's see if we can get more than 10% in a tater. Let me see what this guy said. Oh, I mean that's cool. If you don't like me saying we energetic because you have like a weird problem, I like to say we because it does feel like we're a group, you know. It kind of feels like I got some friends watching over my shoulder, and the only reason I'm doing some of this stuff is because I hope that you guys are getting some of it out, or something out of it too. But yeah, I do like to use the term we instead of I. And if you think that's so disgusting that you have to leave, then please don't fucking come back. How about that? There we go. I'm at the point now where I don't need like a couple of extra little people hanging out watching. Like, you can just fuck right off, you know what I mean? You know what I think is kind of cringy? When I like want to leave a website, but I have to like tell people about it before I leave. Just hit the fucking exit button, dude. Be a man about it, you know? Don't be telling anybody your problems like that, you know? I mean, it's my channel, so I like to tell my problems to you guys, but if you don't want to listen to them, just... there's the door. That guy probably needs some therapy. Ooh, I forgot we do have a zombie killer. It's probably gonna get us killed though. It's so rough to be triple carrying and trying to kill zombies at the same time. Holy shit, what are you guys doing over here? We got double hooked. Thanks for the 25 gifted subs, man. We got Kuro as well. Thanks for the 10 gifted subs. We got Shady as well, hooking up Galaxy. Thanks for all the gifts, man. Holy shit, I gotta back out. I think I actually felt a lag spike when you sent that 25 bomb, dude. We had Piggins as well, and Legit before that. Thanks to 41 months. And I just closed out the chat. Hold on. Was a zombie in that window? Oh, Tony, that's awesome that you found the stream because of Zizarin. So, I recently got into Path of Exile 2, so I should probably go learn a few things from Ziz if he's still playing Path. I was a little bit surprised one time because I saw that he went back to Path of Exile 1 kind of shortly after number 2 came out, so maybe there's a little bit of preference still for the first game for some people, but I do remember that Ziz went through a big phase of playing DayZ for at least a couple of weeks or months. I'm not sure how much he's still playing. Oh shit, dude, that's ammo. We got ammo for the snipe. Or maybe we do 1 in the snipe and 2 in the SKS. Yeah, that is cool that PoE 1 is still getting updates even though the new game came out. And they're like 2 completely different games. Class you playing on? Well, unfortunately, my highest level warrior did die at 87. But I was only 87 because my buddies were basically kind of holding my hand through it. Or they were kind of guiding me to that point. That's the only reason I got a warrior that high. And I was at the point where I needed to die because they were just, their classes were just blowing everything up on the screen before I could even do my thing. So I got stuck in between a bunch of enemies the other night and I lost the 87 warrior, but now I have a monk, a mercenary, and another warrior that's just like low level, so I'm trying to decide which one to pick. Yeah, we're still sick. I was sick since the very beginning when I was laying AFK out in the grass for too long. Okay, these boxes are the main source of loot from what I can tell. Oh, pumpkin farmers have been here. Yeah, touching grass is good, but if you touch cold grass for too long, you will get sick. Oh shit. Police station over there, let's scope it out for a little bit. Nico, I guess we always just, or I always end up kind of like defending the game when these conversations come up, like, why didn't they do this? Why haven't they improved on this? You know, if it's something as small, well, to some people it's small, like different food and eating animations and more food sounds and variety of munching and all that stuff. Like, it's important to some people and it's absolutely not important to other people. So, like, I would try to say, oh, you know, the spaghetti code of DayZ's old ass foundation is like so, like if you change one thing, you break another thing. So if it's working, they might shoot themselves in the foot by going in and trying to add a cool looking food animation. Because historically we get a new cool animation and then something breaks. And that it turns out that usually what breaks is worse than the thing that we got added new, you know? So as much as I would love all these cool new little quality of life things, I just don't know if DayZ is confident that they're not going to break 3 things when they do that shit, you know? But I agree. You would hope that maybe they could create a list of things like, alright, we realize we can't change these major things, but what can we do to make some fun little quality of life things for our player base? You know, I definitely can see that. Oh nice, we're not sick anymore. Rand, I mean, with where we're at right now, with the player model, you know, combat right now in vanilla DayZ is very zoomy. You can do these quick, really quick movements, raise your gun and shoot, run up, immediately aim and shoot, you know. People are getting a little bit bitchy about the player controller being too arcadey. They're pissed at how bad the melee fights are, or at least I'm pissed at how bad the melee has become. Not just fighting players, but fighting zombies. You know, the zombie mechanics are pretty rough. So I mean, those 2 things alone make me think that instead of trying to put a band-aid on this version, then maybe just to look forward to like what is the next big DayZ. So yeah, I think a lot of these changes we want are hopefully going to be in whatever our future favorite survival game is. Maybe not so much coming to DayZ, but we'll see. Ooh, somebody left this up here? Food everywhere. Yeah, I don't know. I still have deep down hopes that the reason they showed that zombie crawling around in the desert is because the desert map is going to come with changes to the zombies. I'm going to hope that's what it meant, but you never know. Food makes you sick, so the unknown food here will make me temporarily sick just for a few bites, and then it should go away. Or after I take a few bites, it'll make me sick for just a couple of seconds or minutes. Surprised nobody's around here. Play Cherno, bro? Hey, Smelly, I'm glad that we've had so many people asking for Cherno today. What happened? Is it just because of the conversation we had last stream, how some of these modded maps are like, you know, maybe not doing the best flow or the best spawn zones, but what's with the influx of people asking for Chernarus? I mean, I'm down. Maybe not today, but definitely soon. It's so funny because I remember one of the last comments from last stream was, oh, I'll fall asleep the second you swap to Chernarus. And I don't really care about that guy. Like, go ahead and go to bed, you know, we'll enjoy it, but, you know, it almost does feel like a slap in the face to the community if I went back and played Namalsk or Chernarus when we could be playing literally 5 new maps. Like, let's at least enjoy these a little bit or give them a chance before we just go back, you know? Tuck the baby into bed. Yeah, he probably wasn't around when, like, back in the day all we had was Chernarus. And I swear, like, I would wake up thinking that we had, like, some witch had casted, like, a spell on us, like a good spell, where, like, we somehow always had fun on Chernarus, we always had a decent amount of encounters. We never really had a day that was just, like, dead, you know? I'm telling you, like, it never happened. For a certain period of time, it was always a lot of fun on Chernarus. And then something happened where we got a few more map options, and then when we did go back to Chernarus, we would be like, ah, yeah, this was kind of a slow day, because we're so used to the flow of the other maps or whatever. But if you know the map, if you know Chernarus and the server's full of active players, it can still be a lot of fun. Or if you're in that mindset where you'd rather like kind of have a chill survival experience rather than seeing people every 2 seconds, Chernarus is also really good for that. Ooh, we already got body armor, but that's always nice to see. So I'm telling you, solo so far. Didn't really have the best experience with people in the spawn zone. Just dead empty towns all the same? They're not all dead empty towns, they're not all the same. If you're on an 80-man Chernarus that's active, like day 1 Chernarus for example, it's not dead. You know, you just have to like know how to, let's say, manipulate the flow. Like you have to predict where people are probably at. You have to go to the hotspots if you want action, you know. Intercept traffic at certain spots. You know, there's 2 sides of the coin. Do you want a map like Chernarus where the player encounters are truly like pretty spread out and random to the point where when you do see a guy, your heart is like bumping out of your chest? Or do you want something like this map or Avalon sometimes where you spawn in and you immediately have access to 10 people? I don't like that. It makes it so I don't give a shit about the encounters when that happens, you know? So I would rather have somewhere in between Chernarus and these new modded maps. Exactly, White Center, yeah. People have gotten used to the suffocation of the mall square. It's just people all over the place, but that's not normal. Ooh, we could try that. Okay, so if we go for that, it's gonna be left of that tower out in the woods. Yeah, I don't think it's a heli crash. I think it might be a police car crash. Could be wrong, though. Yeah, Hashim will definitely gain some steam once it gets another big update. I can't jump, I'm too heavy. And Cookie, that is obviously dependent on the person, you know. Some people love to play it, some people somehow really enjoy watching, but they don't care to play, and that's fine, but it's definitely preference. I mean, for me, I still love playing DayZ, but I went through a phase of thinking that, like, DayZ was the best thing ever. You know, like, when I first got hooked on DayZ mod, and then even into the standalone, I was, like, full-blown unhealthily addicted to the point where I didn't want to watch anybody else play. I needed to be playing myself, you know? So everybody's different. But I really love that we have viewers here that, you know, they don't have time to play or they don't care to play, but they do enjoy watching. You know, that's obviously awesome. Yeah, the problem, I mean, the thing with DayZ for me is it makes other games feel like games, and it makes DayZ feel like this immersive simulation. It's almost to the point where, like, it's not just a game, you know, it's like the game. Or it makes me want more out of all the other games after playing DayZ. It makes a lot of other games feel like predictable and linear and simple and like a little cartoony game, you know? But then you play this and you're like, holy shit, this is an immersive experience if you want it to be, you know? If you let it be. Does the map feel polished? Yeah, it does and it doesn't. I mean, it definitely looks and feels polished compared to some other modded stuff that we played. I don't know if, like, the spawn zone flow is a polished experience, but the look of it definitely is acceptable. Soda. Yeah, Doctor, I don't really have any control over that, man. And also, I wish I had the Stalker nostalgia that a lot of people have, because I just don't really give a shit about, like, hunting down anomalies and fighting pigs and stuff. Like, I know Stalker is more than just that, but I'm not that into it, I hate to say. I'm trying to be. I need to try to play that Stalker single-player game that just came out again, the new one. But I just don't really give a shit about, like, these electric patches that are shocking out in the field and... Whoa, that's exciting. I don't know. I gotta figure out what it's all about. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not into the whole artifact thing. Like, what, you get an artifact that does, like, a random ability? Like, it helps you absorb fire damage or something? I don't know. I gotta figure it out. No, I think the atmosphere and the ambience is awesome. Nobody in here, including myself, can tell you if there's going to be an official DayZ 2.0. But it's fun to shoot the shit about it, because basically what's going on right now is, you know, DayZ was built off of Arma 2, you know, way back in the day. And then we had Arma 3. You saw a bunch of DayZ-esque mods happen on Arma 3, where the people that love DayZ and love Tarkov would try to find this middle ground of recreating the DayZ experience using the Arma engine, Arma 3, you know. Now we have Arma Reforger, which is like a playground for the community and the developers to make the next level of Arma 4, you know. So I don't think the devs are going to tell you if there's a DayZ 2, because they're so happy that we're still playing DayZ 1, and, you know, that we're still reaching the highest player count we've ever been to, where they're releasing official DLC maps, making money. The community is still making all these modded maps that they don't want to overshadow and stuff, so... What would be realistic here, you know, on Arma Reforger right now, we might even swap to it later tonight now that we're talking about this. The foundation is there. You can see how you could carve out DayZ off of the Arma Reforger engine. And there's already these DayZ-inspired modded servers where you spawn with nothing, you have to go find food and water and supplies. You know, it's got the DayZ layout, but it's just a little modded server, you know? It's missing a lot of stuff. Like, I probably can't handcuff you, it probably doesn't have the best animations, all that stuff, you know? So, in a realistic world, it would just seems like let them develop Arma 4, and then once all those mechanics are polished up, they could easily carve out DayZ from the future of Arma. You know, I don't see why they wouldn't. If anything, Bohemia is realizing that there is more money to be made now that they're pumping out these DLC maps, and they're realizing that DayZ's community is like pretty much everlasting. Like, there's always going to be a group of us that want to play an open world survival game, and if the Arma platform is like the best foundation to build that on, then why wouldn't they carve DayZ 2 out of the future of Arma? You know, I really don't see why the fuck they wouldn't do that. Because if they don't do it, we're going to have a plethora of modded servers on Reforger or DayZ modded servers on Arma 4 that we're going to be like, oh man, this is almost as good, almost there, but it's not quite there. You know, we need the official, some like big official changes to make it right. And that's where hopefully the devs come in and capitalize, you know? So, we don't know, but we'll see. And if it's not DayZ 2 from Bohemia, I'm assuming that, I mean, it's gotta be... I mean, shit, I even thought up, I'm not saying this is gonna ever happen and you guys are ever gonna play it, but I even thought up a good idea, I think, for an open world survival game, just based off of all the things I love and hate about DayZ and Tarkov and their spawn zone issues, the good, the bad, all that stuff. Like, I've even penciled out a little idea in my head of what, you know, a cool foundation could be for the, like, a new gen open world survival game. So, like, if I'm already typing it up, I'm sure hundreds of other people are in the studio already, you know, penciling their ideas. Maybe somebody's making a nice, big-ass open world survival game that we're gonna love, similar to DayZ. You know, but I don't know if it's ever gonna do the things that make us love DayZ. You know, like how you spawn in with nothing and you have this little moment where you're like talking to a random dude that doesn't have a weapon, and maybe you kill each other, maybe you team up. Like, there's so many of these little intricate details that I just don't think... I don't think the next game is going to nail it exactly like this, but we'll see. Oh shit. Well, the tricky part is, let's say I did pitch the idea to some developer and he was like, oh yeah, that's fucking cool, let's do it. They would probably, they'd probably want to push you to make it on Unreal Engine. And now, like, all these Unreal Engine games look very similar these days. But they probably are the best, most optimized engines to support a big open world survival game, right? Shit. So, like, you know, the whole pitch and idea thing, or the whole, like, wondering who's gonna make the next big open world survival game, I wonder if you could almost just narrow down the list to which engines that exist currently could support that type of thing. Like a massive open world with a bunch of players, non-stop instance, or whatever, you know. I mean, it's gotta be Unreal Engine and what else? I don't know. Whatever Bohemia's got with the Infusion Engine, Unreal Engine 5, and then... what else? Maybe a brand new engine that's made from the ground up, but god, that's gotta take forever. But it seems like if you really want to make a unique passion project, maybe you would have to make your own engine. I don't know how that goes. Ooh, here we go. There's the saline bag I needed a while ago. Let's slam this food so I can take that bag. In the green crate, I think it was a butt stock. Let me go see. Yeah, a couple of butt stocks. Missing these crash sites. Riley, I couldn't really tell you about the new gun sounds. I just find myself saying like, whoa, what the hell was that? Sounds like a big new gun every once in a while now. But also I'm getting a little bit bummed out because I'll hear a gunshot and it sounds like mid-range or long-range. And it turns out it was a guy right behind us killing my teammate. So I guess I feel more, you know, less confident than ever when it comes to gun sounds right now. Do you know why M4 and K parts are always in tier 1? Well, I can assume Bluestein, I know some people in chat can tell you that answer because they've set up servers before. But the problem you're going to notice is, like, let's say they do choose to have military loot sprinkled around the tier 1 zone. Obviously they're not going to give you like an M16 or an AK, right? So what does that leave? It leaves like the kind of lower end military stuff to be in that loot pool, right? And the problem is you get all excited thinking, oh, I found one of these military crates, and then you get 2 AK handguards, 2 butt stocks, and a fucking pistol flashlight. You know what I mean? So on Hashima, we would get all excited thinking, oh, I'm gonna go find the Hawa pieces, or I'm gonna go find this, that, the other, and then you just get 3 AK handguards in a row. And then by the time you find an AK, it already has a handguard on it, so there's no point. So it's something I think the owners have to go into and say, alright, we're gonna reduce the amount of useless weapon attachments that are in the loot table. So then you're getting more like, what, radios, combat knives, magazines, shit like that, you know. Hard to change or refresh. I suspect it will take a whole new world. So Bran, I'll give you my idea, or I'll tell you just a little basic part of my idea. I agree, right? Like, let's just envision Tarkov and DayZ right now. All the things you like and dislike about both games. But the setting is outer space, interplanetary. So you're not just spawning in on the green grass with a boundary line behind you. It's more so like this fictional, you know, galaxy. I think that would be truly like the options are unlimited, because you could have a lot of shit happening on spaceships, you could have a lot of shit happening on planets that you travel to. Yeah, like Starfield, but without a 30-year development cycle. Yeah. No, I don't know much about Starfield, but you know, Starfield's in space, good for them. But no, not like Starfield. Definitely different. I haven't described anything yet. I'm just using space as an example. Instead of us just being in some big green grassy terrain or getting loaded into a small little Tarkov raid, I'm thinking like, you know, you're a fucking dude that, like, let's say you're in your spacesuit, right? And then there's like a crash ship, and when you first spawn in, all you can see is like the remnants of your crash ship behind you. And you have, like, you know, limited oxygen tank, limited jetpack. You have just enough to get to the starter zone, which is like another ship, like a bigger ship. You know what I mean? And then that bigger ship is kind of like the starter area. And people can't like let's say you can't really get like super kitted out in that starter ship because the whole premise of it is to get to like an escape pod that then takes you to a planet. And then when you get to that planet, you can take off your spaceship and it kind of feels like DayZ, like you're on this. And the possibilities would be endless. You could be on a grassy terrain like that looks like this, or you might be in some like really alien-looking crazy terrain that you can like barely see because it's always sandstorming and stuff. I just feel like it's the perfect template for a new open world survival game. Is like if you're just some fucking crashed astronaut up in space and all you can see is like, you know, this like bigger ship you have to jetpack over to then take the escape pod, or to find parts to build like a smaller spaceship to then travel to a planet. And then every so often you could the developers could come out with a DLC where it's like, oh, we got a new planet or we got a new terrain, you know, you got to go to this ship to take the pod to the planet or whatever. Like I'm trying not to give you guys basically some of my big ideas, but just anything like that. You could definitely find something to change up the open world survival flow, you know. You're describing No Man's Sky. So I've never played No Man's Sky, and I don't think No Man's Sky is like an open world PvP game. But yeah, maybe I should look into it. Yeah, basically, I mean, I think that's the natural thing that's going to happen, though, is someone's going to take DayZ, Tarkov, Star Citizen, and, like, mash them all together. Take all the good and combine it, you know? Hopefully. And then you wouldn't just be limited to zombies. Like, each planet could have unique enemies. There could be, like, a, you know, a space force. Oh, what the fuck? Double Mosin. Well, we can't have 4 guns. This is tough. What do we do? I want that scope. I just feel like on a big open map like this, you really benefit from having a hunting scope. Yeah, maybe leave the SKS, even though I don't want to. Thing is, if we just had like 10 shots for the SK, I'd probably drop the shotgun. Yeah, what's up, Groggy? B, we're playing on Green County right now. Like there's like a new Bitterroot server that's full that we might check out later, but I'm probably gonna be on Green County all night. Yeah, a nice sized city here. Oh, this is where I blew up on the Claymore not long ago, all the way down the road there. Vertical, I haven't played enough to really tell you what the flow of the map is like here. But it goes from the spawn zone to be feeling very active and overpopulated to we don't really see many people in these cities. So I don't know if that's good or bad yet. I'll have the occasional person come in to chat and say, oh, just got done running around in the woods, lost for 4 hours just to get sniped at a military base, you know. I think you can accidentally get lost pretty easily in the woods on this map. But it's still been fun. Jack Matthew. Man, I really don't want to do this, but I'm starting to think we just load all the ammo from the SK into the snipe and then take the Mosin instead of the SK. Toughest choice I've made all week. Let's at least put it outside though and hide it. Maybe I'll come back for it. Everybody. Double, I think, you know, if I were to make a game, I would feel like it would have to have in-game voice chat, the chance that you do find another guy like you that's low gear that you can talk to and team up with. But I'm also okay with, you know, if I did come up with an idea, that maybe it wouldn't have to be like a DayZ copycat. It could just be its own thing. It doesn't have to be just like DayZ. But it would, I think it's heavily inspired by the foundation of DayZ and Tarkov, you know. And the things that I like about both of them, and maybe the shortcomings from both of them too that could be maybe tweaked or fixed a little bit. Who uses a sewing kit? I don't really care about sewing clothes lately, because I'm so used to these hot maps where it's extremely hot and it's beneficial to have like a damaged or ruined shirt, you know? But this map might be kind of cold, so maybe I should. No, I think the space idea is setting it up for really cool options. Like when you have your spacesuit on, your voice is kind of muffled and it's hard to hear each other. But then when you put the visor up because you've landed on a planet or something, you can get the visor off and have normal voice. Oh, so it wasn't long ago we played Namalsk. I'd say pretty recently we at least played Namalsk for a little bit, but it's hard to justify going and playing something like Namalsk or Chernarus when I literally have 6 new modded maps I could be playing instead. You know, maps that I have not totally explored yet. Maps that I kind of feel somewhat responsible for helping put a spotlight on them to help fill up the servers, because, you know, these new modded maps are great, but they don't always stay full very long unless like streamers play on them and shout them out and show that they are fun. So I know it's not my job to showcase servers, but I get to do it for fun, for free, and the community maybe gets something out of it. So I would almost kind of think I'm a dickhead if I'm over here playing Chernarus and Namalsk when we literally have 6 new maps that have come out in 2 weeks. Like, it almost feels like I'm the douchebag if I do that. So let's just wait a little bit until we get like a little bit burnt out of some of these new maps. Big shoes. Now let's just try to get some boots. Can't even fix them. I don't think I brought the right sewing kit with me. That leather kit back there would have worked though, you're right. You know, some people don't play the new modded maps because when they get on, it's like, you know, they're in a different time zone and the server's low pop by the time they get on. That's all good. But I just don't see why you wouldn't at least... Ooh, more snipe shots. I don't see why you wouldn't at least play them when they first come out. You know, it's your chance to be completely lost with the whole player base. Kelly, I'd say DayZ shines if you don't have someone like me totally explain the whole thing and you just kind of jump in and try to get immersed in the game. And then when you do have issues, you can watch, you know, a YouTube video or you can watch a streamer start a fresh life and figure out what they do to survive. That's always a good place to start. But my advice is don't study the maps, don't do too much research, just jump in under the premise of you're a survivor that just woke up on the beach. You don't know what's going on, and you either have to team up with the local survivors to survive, or kill them to survive. You know, you don't know what each encounter is going to have. They could be bad guys, good guys. You could die, you could live, you know. Find good loot, find nothing. Go watch Lax. Yes, I highly recommend, after about a week or... Oh, server just restarted, I think. After about a week or two of playing, I highly recommend studying Lax Hawthorne. He's really defined the DayZ playstyle lately. Oh, I love Lax. Alright, I'll be back in a second. Let me race to the bathroom real quick. Base map. Well, it says right there on the top left, 10 by 10 kilometers. Ohio fictional environment. Alright, what were we doing? I don't know what it is. Something hit me today. My lower back is so fucked up. I don't know if it's from doing the push mower or if I slept kind of weird. But I just stood up and my lower back is on fire. I gotta get into a good position here, hold on. I think it's from mowing my freaking lawn for the first time. Old age, shut up, shut up. It's not that. It's just I haven't done that type of thing in a long time where I'm pushing shit. My headlight was on. Gloves. Yeah, really, I'm all moved in finally. We gotta check these hunting stands. Oh, baby AK. I got too many guns. I don't have any mag for that. More Mosin shots. Did you curse out the Spectrum employee? I didn't curse him out, but I had the a construction technician over fixing something one day, and then the next day I had the senior tech and the supervisor in my house looking at everything. And ever since they left, everything has been perfect. So the supervisor called me that night and was like, hey, actually, he's like, I thought it was going to be like finding a needle in a haystack, but the technician thinks he's narrowed it down to like a certain little area, so he's like, I think we should be able to find it and fix it, you know? So yeah, I've had no issues over the last few days. I think they probably found it and fixed it. Have to give him a little speech? I think so. I didn't tell him exactly what I do or exactly why I need the upload speed to be so perfect, but, you know, I definitely told him, like, yeah, it's kind of, you know, with all these outages, it makes me look and feel, like, very unprofessional. And I told him, I was like, you know, I was thinking about moving. I just kind of made some shit up, but also not really at the same time, saying that, you know, I was thinking about moving further away to get fiber, and I could have done this, and I need this, yada. I don't know. I just worded it in a way where they definitely knew that I meant business, and if they didn't get this shit fixed, I was just gonna keep fucking calling over and over and over again, you know? So, I'm so happy that the supervisor was really cool. He seemed like a good dude. Got things fixed up for me. Ooh. Is that better than this one? Badly damaged? Yep. Covering stone. Yeah, I'm just trying not to say that too soon, because for all I know, the issues could still be very intermittent and random. Maybe it just seems like they're gone, but they're still, you know, I'm just waiting for the next rainstorm or something to really pop off. We'll see. No, I think when I lied to him, I was like, telling him, basically trying to imply that I was on like some business FaceTime calls or something. Because one of the technicians mentioned, he's like, oh yeah, I get a lot of complaints, you know, some of these people that work from home, they can't like be in their voice calls and shit without upload speed. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I need to be in the fucking business call. I got a call coming tonight on Zoom from my manager, and I really would appreciate if you guys could fix this shit up. Ooh, just a little bit of leg. What the fuck? Speaking of internet issues, what is that? It's gotta be the server. Have you seen anybody on this life yet? Oh yeah. We had to kill some people because some other people tried to kill me. It got pretty messy back at the pumpkin patch. Yeah, I just feel like you have to be careful talking about streaming and gaming, because this one dude, I think when he heard I was talking about gaming, he's probably thinking like, oh, this kid's just trying to get some games in tonight, like, this ain't a big deal. I think one of the best things that they said was, he's like, this is gonna be like finding a needle in a haystack, we're gonna have to drive up and down the street looking for where this problem's coming from. And he's like, the problem is, with this area at nighttime, we only have one technician that is on that job. And they said if there's an outage in the area, then he gets pulled off of my case, and he goes to the new outage. And I go, and I'm like, well, I don't know how I said it, but I'm like, well, it's basically the same thing, that this is an outage where I can't work. So it's like, why would you pull that guy off of looking for my thing when it's the same fucking thing, basically? When in reality, that outage that he's getting pulled for is probably from someone that just wants to watch Netflix. Whereas I have kind of like a legitimate reason I need this shit fixed, you know? And, but anyway, he seems to have got it fixed for me. Alright, we need to stop triple carrying. I don't want to lock up all these zombies. Oh, I think I saw a guy. Was it a zombie over there? No, they haven't told me what the so-called fix was or is yet. But they admitted that there's clearly some kind of noise. Some kind of disturbance on the line that intermittently hits and spikes, you know? No, I know they want the service to work, and that's why I didn't give any of the people in person a hard time. Occasionally, I'll kind of like get the slightest attitude with people on the phone, because they tend to just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna send you a signal. I'm gonna ping a signal to your router. Have you tried unplugging your router?" And it's like when they keep trying to dance around that shit, I'm like, "Listen, can I just get a technician out here?" You know what I mean? But the people in person, I'm always good to. And he told me this one story. He's like, he kept saying, "Oh, thank you so much for being calm and nice and giving me all these details," because I kept telling him like the hours it would go out and all this shit about it. And he's like, "Oh, thank you so much for being patient, because we just got done dealing with this older woman, and she was like screaming at us saying, you know, you gotta fix this right now." And it turns out what she had was a, you know, one of those little Wi-Fi extenders you can go down and buy from Walmart for like $10. You know, it's made in China for like 2 cents or whatever, and it's fucking the worst little Wi-Fi extender you could possibly have. So she's over there using this Wi-Fi extender to watch Netflix or something. And it was capping her speeds at like really like 1 gigabyte, or not 1 gigabyte, but let's just say it was capping her speeds like a tenth of what they should have been. And they tried everything, everything was good except for that Wi-Fi extender, and then they were finally like, "Oh, lady, I think this is your problem." And she kept denying it and saying, "Oh no, there's no way that's the problem, yada yada." But obviously it turns out that that was the issue. So a lot of people get so fucking bitchy, but in reality they went cheap and bought a shitty piece of equipment, you know. Yeah, Bryn, that sounds like a very professional way to say it. Work for a branch of Amazon's internet entertainment division. Okay, this main road should have a lot of military stuff. Here we go. Yeah, Loner, I get it. It happens with a lot of stuff is you don't have that same feeling as when you first got into it. You know, a lot of people that play the DayZ mod, they claim that they just can't get that same feeling they got way back in the day when the DayZ mod was so fresh and new. I mean, hell, we were playing the extraction shooter looter genre years before it actually started, if you think about it, you know. So naturally, the new looter shooters aren't really going to excite us that much because someone's been playing DayZ mod for what feels like 20 years, you know. But I would tell you that, like, I've been in that same boat where I felt like, oh, I've been there, done that, you gotta take a break from DayZ. But I feel like there's ways to reinvent your playstyle to make it more of a challenge, and that sometimes comes with caring less about how much gear you have, where you are on the map, you know, maybe you team up with some randoms to make it more interesting. Like, there's so many things you can do to reinvent the game or change the playstyle, you know what I mean? Not saying it's for you, but I think that's the only reason I'm still playing this game today, is because you can make new fun out of it if you want to, you know? Especially with all these new modded maps. And it's like, if you think you're so, not saying you, but if you think you're so good and knowledgeable and the game is so easy for you, maybe go team up with some randoms that suck at the game and try to keep them alive. That's a whole game in itself. It's a fun game, you know, if you're good at DayZ. More bullets. What can we drop here? Oh, what the hell was that? AK-74. No content, Megan? I mean, it doesn't have to be about content. It doesn't have to be about Twitch or viewers. It could just be the way you enjoy playing the game, but yeah. Like, when I play DayZ off stream, which isn't much anymore, but whenever I would absolutely try to meet people in the spawn zone and help them out and stuff. That's most of the fun. Yeah, Lone Camper, I think what it sounds like is you might be too in tune with the streamer side of it, to the point where you're saying things like, everyone's a streamer. I think the everyone's a streamer epidemic goes way further than just DayZ. I'd say it's more of a streamer thing, or like just people that are playing in Discord with their friends are now streaming their perspective to their friends in Discord. And then, like, you know, a lot of people start a channel just to have their friends come in and see if it kind of takes off a little bit. It's not DayZ. Like, the streaming thing is more of like a new age thing that's going on right now. And I noticed a lot of people get in this mindset thinking, oh, everybody I run into is a streamer that's trying to farm me for content. It might be because you're watching too much DayZ streams. You know, it's truly like not everybody in this server is a streamer. And you can just, like, distance yourself from people that are clearly, you know, putting on a show. Like that dude earlier that was putting on like a really thick fake voice. What did I do? I shot him and then I ran away from him. You know what I mean? Simple as that. But yeah, I know the feeling. Like, sometimes I'll find myself being like, man, you know what? When I get off today, I don't want to watch any streams because I need to take a break from that thing, that world, you know? Maybe it's the internet that you need to take a break from too. Yeah, I don't really want the AK. We don't have a mag for it, we don't have a lot of bullets, and it's damaged. I think we're going to find more guns. Speaking of guns, what is that? Radio and a... Oh, it's binoculars. Chocolates. Need more inventory space. Just feel so vulnerable to loot out here. It's his real voice. Oh, was it his real voice? I mean, just because you've heard him relax before doesn't necessarily mean that's his real voice. If it is, though, then I'm sorry. Some people just sound like that. But I think I've just run into so many people in DayZ that put on like an obnoxiously fake voice. Not saying he's obnoxious, but some people just put on an obnoxiously fake voice. Where I don't know, it like invades my energy. It hurts my inner peace. And I can't always facilitate that type of shit. Alright, what do we got here? Steps, I think those are zombie steps. So many zombies down there. Excuse me. We're burping. We do have a map we could look at. They kind of sound like a frog. Oh yeah, Nick, I've been waving to the neighbors. I've waved to all the people around me. I'm not being like an asshole neighbor, but I'm also not delivering them brownies like I thought I would. Be like, hey, I'm the new guy on the block, here's a tray of cookies. I talked to the guy that was, you know, basically finalizing the deal, like the attorney guy, and he's like, yeah, I think ever since COVID, people don't really do that anymore, so don't worry about it. No, Tony, no, I would never. I don't really talk about what I do to anybody, let alone some random neighbors. I think anything you do on the internet is better if it's kind of private. Oh, too bad I don't have the SKS anymore. Yet. I'm too heavy to jump. What's that noise? Yeah, Pura, it's cool. It's interesting to think about, you know, what would happen if the internet like blacked out or something, but I think the world is at a point right now where a lot of people could really benefit from a break from the internet. So if it did like go out for a while, I think it'd be doing everybody a favor. Ideally, you know, not to like kill people's work, obviously it would hurt a lot of people financially, but if such a big event happened where like work didn't really matter for a little while, then I think it'd be best if everyone just kind of took a break from the internet. Who knows? Could be good. And there was a time when I was a little bit younger where like I couldn't fathom the idea of not having access to my video games for like a day, but now it's kind of like if I had to, then I could maybe look at the health benefit side and be like, yeah, maybe my eyes and my brain and my body does need a break from the internet. Who knows? I think it's a little bit extreme to say that you sound like a fucking serial killer when you just say that it's good to take a break from the internet. I think you might be overstepping a little bit there. This guy wants to take away my internet? This guy's a fucking psycho. Alright, dude. Go fire up your Netflix. Enjoy. Life was better before the internet. I think that might be the deeper thing that I'm trying to get to is like, I got to grow up in the 90s. I got to grow up in like the last wave of kids before the internet took over. So if anything, maybe the internet should be unlocked at a certain age. Maybe I am getting a little bit crazy now saying this type of thing, but maybe like parts of the internet should absolutely be like off limits until you're of age. Because now people are like permanently online when they're still infants, basically. Like if you're an adult, you can handle it like a tool. You can find the good and the bad and balance it, but as a kid, it's like totally consuming some kids, you know? And it's like when you grew up right when I did, at that perfect time when like things were a little bit different without the internet, obviously. It's like you miss a little bit of some of that. Well, it definitely consumes adults, but I just mean at least the adult has a bit more of a developed brain and can maybe choose how much the time they're going to spend, whereas a kid just gets like hooked on it regardless, you know, no matter what, they're just going to get hooked on it probably. Thinking they need, you know, the craziest smartphone and a crazy social media account and all this shit, and it's like, nah, you're fucking 8 years old, kid, you don't need that yet. Ooh, revolver. Fucking shells. I remember the days when all the kids around me were getting like the craziest top-of-the-line cell phones and my mom was still against it. I didn't get a phone until a little bit later. And now you see that kids are like tiny and they got phones, but it's good that they can call their parents and get a ride and let their parents know they're in trouble and stuff. Like phones can be really good, but having like the whole wide internet on your phone is maybe not the best thing. Ooh, that's that piece of paper. Let's see. Okay, so biohazard alert, Army National Guard, a new unknown and seemingly incurable disease has hit the North American continent. Residents of the Greene County area must be evacuated. Okay, so the evac point, does it have coordinates? Oh yeah, X 0.86 I think that is, or 80. Y is 0.98. .8, 0.98. We still got a ways to go. SVD mag. Probably benefit from that compass. Oh, it's a fuck ton of zombies. Oh, we got more tents back there too. Let's get up on one of these buildings. Maybe that one that's overlooking those new tents. If it does get too dark and you guys want gamma, just let me know. Yeah, we're still triple carrying, sadly. I got a Mosin. I got the scope on here, so I don't want to drop it. Decent sized military compound over there. Shit. Oh, the difference, Grogu, is I now have a ceiling fan, so sometimes that's good, other times I think it's kind of like drying me out. Also, I might sound a little bit more acoustic or something, or like my voice bounces around a little bit more. Because the room is still fairly empty. I don't really have anything to like absorb the sound. So my voice is probably just bouncing around the empty room. That's nice, I got 2 windows behind my setup now, so I can look outside and see the trees and the grass while I'm streaming. Feels kind of nice. Helps remind me that it's daytime outside instead of just wondering what time it is. What else? I think I can get up there right here. Yeah, at least climb. Cat news, the cat is finally going crazy in the new house. She loves it now. She's been bouncing off the walls. She goes into play mode like every single night. She gets these crazy zoomies that she would never get in the apartment. Like, she would get the zoomies, she'd be playful and really happy in the apartment. But I think now she's like opened up a new level because she has more space. She seems way happier now. Gamma, yeah, I'll give you guys some gamma. I don't think it's that dark though. I don't have a cat tree in the office yet, but she has a cat tree that gives her a really good view out one of the windows. She's got multiple windows to look out of now instead of just one. Oh really, Shabby? Vitality versus Falcons tomorrow. Nice. What time does that start? I'll definitely watch it. Is that super early in the morning, or can I at least sleep in a tiny bit? Or no, I gotta go to the farmer's market tomorrow, so I'll probably watch as soon as that's over. What a view. Server does have gun rays, as you can see. the hell is that? Is that a zombie head torch? It's gotta be. I got so excited thinking that was headlights of a car. That's gotta be a zombie with a headlamp on. Oh, it's around 5 p.m. my time. Oh, that's pretty late. Nice. Yeah, I saw the replay, man. Actually, Vitality looked like they came very close to losing their 28-match win streak to the Mongols. They were like a couple of rounds away. They probably should have got beat. Zaiwu was making like a lot of misplays, which normally you don't see. He was like putting his head in his hands. I think the hype is kind of getting to him, or all the pressure. You know, the interviewers coming up to him being like, "Oh, how's it feel to be on a 30-map or a 30-match win streak?" And it's like, yeah, just don't bring it up until we're at 60, please, because we're about to fucking lose it, basically. But to be fair, I really liked seeing that, because we need Vitality to lose, or we need Vitality to almost lose, or else it's just like, all right, I'm gonna stop watching after it's 11-2, because I knew who's gonna win. Yeah, Monesi and Nico, obviously they're a great duo, but man, I don't know, something about, I love Nico, but something about him, I feel like he's just like cursed or some shit. Like he's just destined to like make it all the way there and then lose the grand final. I don't know what it is, but I hope he gets a win. Well, I don't know if he's inconsistent. I think when you visually see him like rage out after a death, I think he has maybe an emotional problem. Like some people, they don't show much emotion at all, whether they win or lose. And I think like Rops, for example, Rops is like a stone cold player. It doesn't matter if he did something good or bad. He's just solid. You know, he doesn't like wear his emotions on his sleeve. And like Nico, he'll like visibly rage out when his teammate makes a mistake or something. And I just don't. I've had people like that on my team before in the past, and they're, I don't want to say they're toxic for the team, but they can definitely hold you back if you have someone that like wears their emotions on their sleeve. So I think he's calming down now that he's in a different environment than the old days, so we'll see. You played CS? Oh yeah, I probably got like 6,000 hours in CSGO, but I didn't get to play the earlier versions of CS because I didn't get into PC gaming until I was like 20. You reckon Apex would be worse? Yeah, I mean, Apex is like, he's definitely unique how he can talk so much shit and somehow he's still like rated #1 on his team even though he's the in-game leader. I can't explain the Apex thing, but he's just a very long-term player with a whole lot of experience, and he's played alongside a lot of great players over his years. I mean, sometimes his shit talk is great, other times it's kind of like, I don't know, shut up. But it just depends. You think Apex is a cheater? I don't think Apex is cheating. I would hope that anybody cheating in like the pro scene right now gets caught pretty quick, but who knows, I guess. Apparently there's a big thing going around. I saw it on the news, well, the social media gaming news, that the Valorant community is like infested with match fixers. So you would have thought back in the day when like the old school iBuyPower team, like Steel, you know, Steel was caught for match fixing, and now he's on the fucking commentator board. And I hate to say it, I don't really like listening to him talk, but apparently Valorant is infested with match fixing right now. I don't know if it's only a certain region or if it's like across the board, but yeah, I guess some of the like big commentators over there are like sick to their stomach that all the players around them are just like dirtbags basically. Oh, is it tier 2? Maybe it's not the primary guys then. Spectator bug. Well, hopefully a lot of those events have made it so there aren't too many cheaters now on the pro scene, but who knows. Dude, where is everybody? I gotta check the population, because I'm surprised we didn't get stuck in a queue after my game crashed. Let me see if the server's still full. Uh-oh. Well, it's not full, but it's pretty close to full, so we'll stay for a little bit longer. Why did they do it back then? Yeah, well, I think the reason they did it maybe is because, like, it was... The amount of money involved in the skins back then was so absurdly high that they probably thought, oh my god, if I can just get away with this one thing, I'll never have to worry about my tournament winnings ever again. And it's probably gotta be pretty stressful to, like, travel around the world and stay at a top level and beat all these, like, really good European teams. I'm not trying to justify it by any means. I say fuck all those people that match fix, but... I think there was a couple of people on the team that were younger, like that swag kid that was like super young, and he probably just got roped into it by his older teammates and stuff. So, I mean, whoever came up with the idea, definitely a total shitbag, but you gotta feel a little bit bad for like the young kids that kind of got peer pressured into doing it probably. Or maybe they didn't even really understand what was going on until the day it happened. I don't know. But yeah, I can say fuck all those dudes for the most part. I can't even really remember all their names though. It's also like a nasty world that is, like gambling, betting on stuff. I know that people get more excited when they bet money on like sporting events and CSGO matches. You get more emotional when people win and lose, but it's all a very like kind of sinister, nasty thing. That loop of gambling on entertainment, and then you get really fucking mad and start sending people, like athletes, death threats when they fuck up the game and stuff because you lost your money. Like, it's a nasty environment, man. Whether you're the match fixer or the person that's gambling on the match, like, it's all fucking nasty. If you do it like once in a while when you're out drinking with the boys and it just makes you excited for the weekend, like, okay, but if you're like a serial gambler, you know, you're part of the problem for sure. Alright, well, I guess we'll go check that military side. I'm sure we could just stay up here until we see somebody, but let's go adventure a little bit more. No, Barry, I don't really know much about CS 1.6 drama. I wish I would have been around to play a little bit of 1.6 back in its prime, but nah, I missed out on it. Remember that Delpan guy was caught using like wall hacks, and he claimed that he was only using wall hacks in like a practice match so he could learn all the angles. You know, shit like that. I can't really remember the story. It's like, okay, if you're doing it in an offline game, like a death match where people are just fucking around, okay, but if it's like a match, like a low tier match, that's cheating, you know. Flusha cheated. Oh yeah, dude, I remember the early Fnatic days when Flusha was under the microscope and everybody thought he was cheating, but he never really got like 100% proven, or like 100% caught red-handed that he was cheating. That was very interesting. Like, to this day, I still don't know. Like, was he cheating, or was he just doing some insane stuff? Because there were some clips where it looked like he was 100% cheating, yeah. Tilt your keyboard? Yep, I do tilt the keyboard, and I probably got that from watching some Counter-Strike players and their setup. So like the bottom right corner of the keyboard is basically like aiming at my belly button, and then the top right corner is aiming at the left corner of my monitor. Because I came from playing on controller, so I naturally wanted to have my hands as close together as possible when I'm playing games. And when I first started, I had a full-size keyboard, and it felt like my arms were miles apart from each other. And I didn't like that at all. So I got a tankuless keyboard, which is at least like 30% smaller than a normal size keyboard. It doesn't have the numpad on the side, you know. I didn't know it at the time, but you can even get keyboards smaller than this. But then you start losing a lot of important keys depending on what game you're playing. Or really just depending on what you're doing on the keyboard. Can I dive in there? I guess not. Ooh, bigger backpack. Some food for us as well. If I was a director for the events, there's no way the players are seeing the crowd while under my radar. Oh, you mean how the crowd can kind of allow the players to cheat in a way? Like you can hear the crowd's reaction, so you assume it means something's going on. Like somebody's sneaking up behind you. You hear the crowd going, oh, and then you turn around, you know? I don't know, I think there's two sides of it. Some events, you can absolutely hear the crowd, and it's led to some big problems. Other times, it's gotta be insanely epic for the crowd to, or the players to be able to see the crowd, as it adds to that feeling of like, holy shit, dude, we're at this event doing this live, you know what I mean? And that's what separates some of the players, because some of them can handle that pressure and others can't, you know? So I don't think it has anything to do with the players being able to see the crowd, but hearing what the crowd is saying can sometimes benefit one group or the other for sure. No, I used to play competitive CS. We got to main. Back in the day it went main and then like the top thing where you could go and like travel around, do tournaments and stuff. Not trying to toot my own horn, but like we were pretty good for being, you know, I was fairly new to PC gaming, but we got up to the main level. And then they added this Premier division after I stopped playing, which our team probably wasn't good enough to get to Premier or to Invite, because it went Open, Intermediate, Main, and then Invite. We got to Main, and then we kind of broke up as a team, so... And, I do still jump on CS every once in a while, but I haven't now in at least a couple weeks. Just when I was first learning mouse and keyboard, it was big, or CSGO was going through one of its biggest growth spurts, where a lot of tournaments were happening on Twitch, and there was a lot of the old school pros like Forrest and Neo were still in the mix playing, like Get Right, Ninjas in Pajamas, all those guys. So as I'm trying to get better on computer, I was naturally learning, or getting tips from those guys, just from watching them play tournaments, you know. So I still have a little bit of a nostalgic side for watching some of those guys play. Or just watching some of the big tournaments, you know. But when you check out some of these new teams and there's like two 18-year-old kids you've never heard of before, I don't really give a shit, you know, because I don't have any connection to them. That being said, though, it's really fun to watch the people like, you know, Donk and Monacy, all these new young guns that are doing really good. Even Snacks, you know, Snacks used to be my favorite player during that phase on Virtus Pro, and now Snacks is back playing professionally right now. But the community's giving him a whole lot of shit because he's been gone so long and he's kind of rusty or whatever. But he's still doing alright. Map's your favorite? Oh, for a long time Cache was my favorite. I used to play mid on Cache. But for the most part I'd be like a bomb site anchor. I love CT side holding bomb sites. I was big on utility, like before my teammates, before like the meta turned into like smoking and mollying everything off. I was definitely like, okay, I'm gonna use my full grenade set to hold this fucking bomb site before, you know, before we just get rushed and killed. So I would be like the solo anchor holding down, you know. I love playing B on Dust 2, but now I love playing long on Dust 2 as well, so. Oh, what the heck is that? M16. Yeah, and once in a while I get the urge to play it. And when I get the urge, I play some, like some deathmatch. Where you can just shoot at bots to get your aim on point. That even helps for DayZ. And then I'll just play some matchmaking. Because it seems like there aren't as many cheaters as there used to be, but they're still out there. Fuck, we don't have enough cleaning kit to fix the gun and the magazine. Maybe we'll leave this here until I get another repair kit or something. Ah, fuck it. If we jam, we jam. I'm gonna leave the shotgun. Let's leave the Mo's in there too, so I don't have to drop it every 2 seconds. Devin, it's really been sweet to have all these new maps. Some of them, you know, some of them have really good sides and some downsides, like maybe there's only one spawn zone and the flow of the map is kind of rough. This map is one of the newest. I haven't played it that much to really tell you how it feels. This one's called Green County. There's also that dinosaur jungle in the mall we're playing. There's Avalon, which is the big desert map that we got to the bunker and then died at the end there. There's just so many new maps, it's hard to even keep track of them right now. But long story short is, like, a lot of them are good, but each one lacks probably a little something that the official maps have, or something that we, you know, really appreciate about DayZ. There's like a little piece of their soul that tends to usually be missing. But depending on what type of DayZ player you are, you might not really care or even notice, so it's nice to have a good, you know, change of surroundings. Oh, this server's lagging, dude. No wonder. I don't think it's full right now because we're lagging. There we go. Ooh, bingo. Ooh, perfect. And a Vicky. M16's recoil gets increased a lot next patch. Oh. Yeah, a lot of people are. Some people are saying good things. Others are saying nasty things about this incoming update we're about to get. I see there's a lot of shit on Twitter right now, people bitching about the fact that like an M4 goes ruined after a certain amount of shots. And then we had a dude in the Discord I was going to respond to, but I forgot. He's bitching about how, in real life, suppressors last for fucking 20,000 plus rounds. In DayZ, they go ruined after a certain amount, and it's like, no shit, dude. That's because there needs to be video game balance where you can't just have a guy sitting up in the hills silently sniping everybody for 2 weeks straight without it going fucking ruined, you know? This ain't real life. So, some of the recoil changes, some of the stuff that's coming is probably good for the game. It's just some of these jimmies don't want to fucking accept that their beloved M4 is going to get slightly ruined and they got to take care of it, you know? So, I'm sure this stuff is going to be fine for people like us, but if you're like a turbo PvP player, you're probably a little bit upset with some of the shit that's coming. Oh, you guys don't need game anymore, let me turn that off. Oh wait, the gamma was off. There we go. Whoa, I didn't kill that zombie, did I? I didn't kill that zombie.
Hello?
can't see that, can I? Oh, bingo. It'll be harder to shoot that thing than it will be to shoot the guy, though. Fuck. He's only gonna give me a second to shoot it as well. No, I don't have a helmet on. Did you see a helmet back there? There could be multiples. No, I don't care at all about open or closed doors these days. I probably should, but in my experience, you know, if you're looting houses, it doesn't matter if it's open or closed. 9 out of 10 times it's empty. Just depends what mood I'm in. Sometimes I'll try to properly clear everything. Other times it's like, yeah, let's just go in here and see what happens. Where's this guy? He's just laying down in one of those rooms. Come on, buddy, do something. Make a move. Give us a little something, something. It's just been I haven't seen anybody in so long. I don't really want to talk to this guy. It might be cool to shoot it right now just to see if all the zombies will swarm him, but they'll probably just come for me instead. I don't really want to bait him out, but I could go to old school PUBG tactics. Pretend like we're killing zombies over here. Sounds like shots in the big city. guy's like a turtle in there. Wait, I hear steps. What in the fuck? It feels so cheesy to do that. What the fuck? Heard him in there sneezing. No! I think we downed each other. Or I'm dead here. Dude, there was a guy outside and a guy inside. He's just fucking laying there for the eternity, dude. Holy shit. Make a move, son. Oh no! What the fuck? How did he wake up before me, dude? He woke up like way before me.